Radiation protection in medical imaging. What is radiation? Radiation is energy in motion. There are two types of radiation: non-ionizing radiation and ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation is radiation that has enough energy to cause cell damage, unlike that of non-ionizing. Examples of ionizing radiation are X-rays, neutrons, gamma, alpha and beta particles, etc. Examples of non-ionizing radiation are microwaves, radio waves, infrared light, etc. It is very important to take safety precautions in a radiation zone. Radiation is very dangerous, so it is important as a radiographer to protect yourself and your patient to avoid unnecessary exposure that can affect your health and lead to death. Safety factor when in a radiation zone. Time. The longer you stay in a radiation zone, the higher the exposure. Distance. The closer you are to the source of radiation, the more the exposure. So stay further away. Shielding. Stand behind a lead shield or concrete block. And don't move until the exposure is over. This will block the radiation from reaching you. Radiation posters should be placed on doors at work areas to warn people and prompt people outside to knock and wait for the radiographer to either open the door, or tell them to come in. And keep pregnant women away from the radiation. There should be devices such as dosimeters to measure the amount of radiation exposure to a radiographer, radiologist or any health personnel who is likely to be exposed to radiation. Every radiation zone, like a radiology facility, should have protective clothing. These include lead aprons to protect the vital organs of the radiographer, lead gloves, thyroid shield to protect your throat, gonad shield to protect your reproductive organs, protective eyewear, dosimeters, lead shield, a barrier in front of the console that blocks radiation. Radiographers should stand behind the lead shield during exposure. He or she should provide a lead apron to any nurse or family member who has to hold or support the patient in the X-ray room. If the lead aprons are not enough, provide them with gonad shield to protect their reproductive organs since they are very radiosensitive. Personal monitoring devices shall be provided to every staff member who might normally be exposed to radiation in controlled areas. The monitoring period for occupationally exposed staff should be 1 month but should not exceed 3 months. Dose reports should be provided to users within 1 month or as may be specified by the regulatory authority. Staff should wear their personal dosimeters while working in controlled areas. It should be worn on the front of the upper torso of their body between the shoulders and the waist, usually under and lead protective aprons. Pregnant women should not be exposed to radiation or undergo an X-ray exam because radiation causes deformity in unborn babies since fetus are more radiosensitive. Collimation is a very important safety measure. When taking an X-ray for a patient, it is very important to collimate. That is, focus your radiation to hit the area of interest on the patient. For instance, if the patient comes with a request form for a chest X-ray, you collimate your X-ray tube such that the radiation hits the chest area and doesn't affect the abdomen. This is to reduce unnecessary exposure to the patient, reduce scattered radiation and get a perfect image.